My parents mortgaged everything
To send you
to Australia. My father's dialogue, and I will never forget that. He said, "Beta, I will sell my kidneys if it is needed for you to become, to get you well educated. If you have been through a hard journey, if you have walked the jungle
Yeah.
and survived through the jungle, you get to know which animal will, attack you and which one will save you and which ways to take. And so that's whole thing this Phoenix is designed on. If you are on that path, a lot of people will want to invest in you. Means either you have equity or you get equity from. Not equity, you get investment. Third one. Today, there are a lot of people who are in jobs. They know they can do a lot better if they are in business. They just need that push.
One aspect of business is competition, right? Like, I mean, no matter what business you go into, there are 100 other people who are doing that, and so I'm sure even in your business of business migration, there must be competition. How do you handle that?
There's a lot of competition because service businesses are usually very competitive, and when you're in immigration industry, you find a lot of them every street, especially when you go to Gujarat or Punjab. There's a huge amount of competition in immigration industry. But what we specifically do, there isn't not much. Because it's a bigger step ahead. There is a lot more challenge. There is a lot more transparency. And you're not dealing with somebody's student visa. You're actually dealing with somebody's a dream of expansion of business to another country.
Yeah.
The first thing when a businessman comes to you, they will ask you, where are you from? Have you been to Australia? Yes. What do you do there? I have a business. So their mindset starts to you calm down, that this person knows what he's doing. How did you go to Australia? They ask
Not
every
that somebody
single
is
thing.
just sitting, putting an office and sitting and saying, I will send you to Australia. Like,
Yes.
no, I've been there. I'm going to take you to Australia.
I will take you to Australia.
Yeah.
We will receive you from the airport. We will show you around what business you will be having after getting your visa. What kind of schools your kids will be going to. If you want to meet the State Department, we can easily do so. But when it comes to other companies, they are not able to do so because sometimes they are good, but they don't have a bigger reach. They don't have office in Australia or in US or multi offices in India and multiple cities, and they don't have sometimes the references. So you come to me and ask us that, I'm ready. Can you get me to speak to anybody? So if you go to my team, that I am from, let's say, Kanpur in UP. I would like to expand my business to Australia. Have you done this before? Yes. Can I speak to any of your clients? We can give you a list to pick from across India. You pick a city, let it be Jaipur, let it be Indore, let it be Bhopal, let it be Ahmedabad. Where would you like to speak them from?
Yeah.
Okay. I would like to speak to 1, 2, 3, 4 people. We will request a call with them. And then you can have a conversation about how we, helps them. There are 50 video testimonials on our website.
Wow.
Not many people will put their neck out.
Yeah.
But there are 50 video testimonials now. Latest testimonials were taken by Nargis. Previous testimonials were taken by Bradley in Australia. So the clients who have reached there, they have given their testimonials to Bradley. He was our previous brand ambassador. Nargis is our current brand ambassador. So a lot of things slowly, media-wise, we're present in every single media outlet that has covered us. Plus, we delivered.
That's what it all builds on top of, right? Like you deliver, you promise, you deliver, you promise, you deliver, you promise, you deliver. And then the trust is built and the references come from there, right?
There is also the biggest edge of a competition. If you don't get an approval, all your money is guaranteed back by us.
Okay.
If your petition is not approved by the State Department, everything is fully refundable, except the government fees because they don't give us back. But from our end, we will refund every single penny back to you. We don't want to keep any wrong money. And usually what happens, as you say, here is your check, or I'm happy to, they'll come back, what can you do for me? Because they don't expect it that you would actually end up committing that we will give you the money back. It's written in every contract, no petition, no fee. First, that it reflects the confidence. And we know exactly what we're doing. Second, it gives them peace of mind. That they know what they're doing. That's why somebody can write in a written formatted contract, if I am not able to deliver, your money is safe.
So it all starts with a consultation, right? Like you discuss with them, understand their business, and then
it starts with an inquiry for us. When Australia was at peak, we were getting 1,000 inquiries a day.
Oh my God.
A day. Now we get about 200, 300 because the American migration, business migration is still new in the system. We've got 50, 60 clients by now in first year itself. Australia was 3, but this time it's 16 first year. So we're expecting 400-500 clients next year for US. But it starts with an inquiry which comes either through social media or directly through website or word of mouth. That inquiry gets filtered through the call center because they do pre-checks that if you're actually eligible, if you have a business, is the business profitable? Are you happy with the business? Then it comes to our specialist who discusses with you whole of the roadmap. That A, B, C, D, whatever you require, this is what is needed in India or in your home country. And A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, whatever is required for you to do later on after your visa is approved. No investment before, after. And then we prepare the plan, we get the companies, get the EIN number. About 3.5 months it takes us to prepare. The file size is about 1,200 pages, which we have to prepare. And then submit 14 days later, within 14 business days, they get their approval. And some of them have got it in even 11. And then just an interview.
Yeah.
Off you go. So it's very hard to compete. A lot of people can do it, but they will not put out their neck. That, okay, we will write it on a piece of paper, that they will not risk that much. And if you cannot deliver, do I have to give all my money back? Whatever I earned? It's difficult. So that's why there is
So that's how you stand out.
Act.
Yeah.
You give people peace of mind, they will give you whatever you want. You give them, let them be your family. We want them to succeed. That's our main role. But how can you succeed when you're just taking their money and not delivering?
Yeah.
You don't deserve that. Especially in immigration industry, it is very bold move to come up with this thing. It is very risky from business perspective, but I believe in right and wrong. It's wrong. Imagine you are a businessman. You inquired with any company, XYZ. You started the process. You paid them quite a bit of money. It's not cheap to do so. And your visa didn't come through. But in the whole process of this visa, you told your father, you told your mother, you told your wife, your kids were excited. Something went wrong. Things go wrong. The policies can change. What are you going to tell them? And they will first question, what about the money we paid them?
Yeah.
Oh, we lost that as well. There is a lot of bad vibe that we will get as a company.
Yeah.
But when you say that they have refunded every single penny, whatever they charged us, it gives a peace of mind again not to you, but to your whole family. That, okay, they didn't do anything wrong by us.
Yeah.
And that's why we grew exponentially within the years. And even our dream project is by 2028, we want to be global #1 business migration company.
I'm sure you will.
Thank you.
Once things went south for Australia, what was your next step?
Remember I said that either you're in the picture in the newspaper or you are in a family photo album of your clients. The choice was either to shut it down which would make first my team suffer. I can't do that. My team, it is my core heartbeat who runs this organization. Second was I couldn't bear that I did so much hard work and I can let it go. So the think tank opened up, we discussed. Within, I think, the day this news broke out, it took a while for them to announce it officially. I think within 10 days I was in the US trying to understand how American market works, how does the similar visa, is there a similar visa for US? And within 3 months, we initiated the process. We got the legal team, we trained our existing team, we had clients for American business migration, so that America started.
So you had to open an office yourself there in the US?
Yes, we do have.
Yeah. Okay.
We have to. You have to register a company. You don't have to have an office. In not a physical office is required, but you need to have a company. You need to have a tax residency number, EIN number, to start the business, to have bank account.
Yeah.
And then eventually, once you have a business plan, you submit all your details to the UCIS, the American Immigration Center, and then they give you the L1 visa. After that, whatever business plan you have provided them, that for example, I run a transportation company and I would like XYZ, I would like to run a transportation company in California, LA. So you stick by that once you get the visa, and then you can get your green card, while also having your Indian company or any own country company running. They're parallelly owned and operated by you.
Right. So when you work with companies in India, helping them expand globally, what are some things that, people miss out on? Like, if you look at the businesses today,
they don't know. Same thing with Australia. They didn't, nobody knew this thing existed. Everybody knew student visas or skilled visas. What the hell are you talking about? We never heard of this.
Yeah.
So first is the awareness.
Yeah.
Second is gaining their trust and respect. Because they can trust you, but if they still don't respect you, they will never hand over the confidential documents, and especially the money.
Yeah.
And then is proving that I said blah, 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 blah. My blah, blah is actually A, B, C, D, one by one, all steps, and achieving all of them.
Yeah.
On time, without a failure. And then you're setting wildfire.
Yeah.
Then people, as it spreads, that I actually opened a business sitting in India, in US. I got the visa. I'm leading. Within 4 to 5 months, this is all done. My bank accounts are opened, my EIN numbers, I got the office, I have everything. And the government has approved. They took an interview, they gave me the visa. If somebody comes to you and says, Sachin, I'm thinking to open a business I have a business here in downtown, and I am thinking to expand that, my line of health products to US. 6 months later, that guy comes, or maybe 5 months later to you, and you ask them, how is it? I have already done it. I got the visa. My story is almost ready. I'm leaving in 1 week. What happens to you?
Yeah.
How?
I want to do it too.
I want to do it too.
Yeah.
What happened to you? The way business. It is running. I will manage both. I'll come and go. So this is a specific program designed by the US government to help expand existing businesses in any country into US. As far as you have a viable business model, as far as you have enough funds, which is not too much, $300,000-$400,000 to start off with, it is enough. And you have employed people in your country. So you have created jobs. So they have certain things that look for, but it's very easy.
So I can see this from the country's perspective. Let's say if I'm US, I'm looking at businesses that are in India, creating opportunities there, and I say, okay, if this business comes here, it's going to create opportunities for me, right, for my people.
Both ways. It doesn't. work only in US interest. It works in both countries' interest because there is a trade agreements among countries, especially with US. So, for example, you invested $500,000 to $1 million into American economy from India. Which company actually owns the American company? The Indian company. You're the owner of both of them. So you are now contributing tax to both countries. If some people, in this case, will take their Indian products to America, but a lot of people among those people will also bring American products to India.
Yeah.
So it works both sides.
Yeah.
You become from a local businessman and then from North American market, you have an exposure to get into Canada and Mexico and like other
Latin America. I mean, it's like, the whole continent there. So it's like,
American market is big itself to capture.
Yeah.
There is a two-way street, and we're setting this thing up now. We are going to be number one, and this is my dream project, that we want to set our thing that we don't only help Indian businesses or Southeast Asian businesses to go to US or Australia. We also want Australian businesses to come to India or come to UAE or come to, others. We already calls are coming in. We work closely with state departments. I'm going to approach them as well. That, for example, they have a project that they want to have a software project. They need to work with some companies in India. We have all of them. Most of them are our clients. You have a food production line that you would like to, give a contract to. We can introduce them. If they, University of Wollongong has opened a campus, I believe, in India now, in Gujarat itself. We can be their bridge. The same thing goes back to that friend. You're a bridge.
Yeah.
But what my brain didn't think, I thought it was one-way bridge.
Yeah. It's a two-way bridge.
It's a two-way bridge.
Yeah. And multiple countries.
Multiple countries.
Yeah. So this is really, it kind of has opened up my mind now. I'm thinking of all the businesses here in Dubai. India is a huge market, right? Huge market. I mean, people who are running businesses here, and they want to set up an office in India, you can help them set that up in India.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
See, I am a big fan of Prime Minister Modi. Big fan. India is growing exponentially. To be at that position, to manage 1.5 billion people, not a joke.
Yeah.
It's not a joke. And keeping it safe, secure. People have money now in India. It is a fastest growing economy, and it will become the third biggest globally, economy.
Yeah.
So there is new money which has come in. People want to try new things. The best example, 2018 when I went to Ahmedabad, we started our first office. It was very hard to find a good coffee. I used to bring my Australian coffee sachets with me, and got a lot of my clients loved it. They tried it. Now there are avocado toasts and scrambled eggs everywhere.
Yeah.
Coffee is amazing. I found the best pizza in Ahmedabad. This is a transition of 6 years. It's people got money. They want to do more. And if any businessman wants to expand into India, now is the time. Because that economy is demanding that give us something new. We want to try new things. We have, we have been living in a different style, but social media has changed the game for all the businessmen. They're seeing things that my income is $1 million. Person in the US is having $1 million income. They're comparing lifestyles.
Yeah.
And they want those things.
What about the other way around? Like, is right now a good time for businesses in India to go global?
I think Indian businesses have a lot of push from the government to go ahead. There are numerous schemes now, for expansion. Indian government they want the people to do well. If you have the capacity to do well, Indian government really wants you to do well. Because you do well, you pay taxes.
Absolutely.
Everybody is happy.
Yeah.
But how do you cater more? By going global. They want to increase their trade.
Yeah.
They
yeah.
want the Indian things to go, and any country, no matter retrospect India or not,
Yeah.
they want their products to be exported.
Yeah. What about the other countries? I mean, I wanted to talk to you about like the other nationalities. I mean, we've spoken about like how India to the world and world to India. And what about other nationalities that want to, expand to other countries' businesses?
Same process. At this point of time, we specialize in Australia. We specialize in US. We're also going ahead with Dubai Golden Visa, Business Investor Visas, followed by New Zealand, and then we will go for one of the European countries. That we can help them any part of the world that the person has a business. Process is just the same. A, B, C you should have in your home country. A, B, C, D, E, F you have to, do
In the new country.
the new country, which you have to promise before you get the visa, and you have to stand by it. So the consulting is first understanding what business they have in their home country, if it is viable, if it is not viable, then we help in processing that application and helping them after they get the visa.
So let's talk about the businesses that are that should go global, right? Now, if we think about the SMEs and the solopreneurs, the small businesses, I'm not sure if should they be looking at expanding, because they're at the struggling stage right now where
They should. If you're struggling, they say, if you're walking through hell, keep walking. Why do you stand there? If you're struggling, keep moving. Do something that can get you out of that struggle. What could that be? Expansion.
going global.
Going global.
Now, okay, let's take that scenario. I'm really curious about that. So let's say there's a restaurant in India and they're struggling to make profits. Let's say and now if they think of going global from there, and let's say it's just one branch, one restaurant here, and they want to open up that restaurant in the US or in Australia.
I would not suggest that.
Okay.
Not at all. Because there is a difference in what you said.
Okay.
They're struggling.
Yeah.
If you're struggling, my job is not to drown you. My job is to help you. I will request you to focus on this thing. I can help you to get in touch with my other clients who have restaurants. Maybe they can help you. There is no fees for it. Maybe if you have the passion for a restaurant business and you're struggling, I can get you to speak to the clients who have run businesses successfully in India. They can guide you, make this profitable, and then I'm ready. Phoenix is all standing by for you to become successful, open a restaurant. Let's say you have an Indian restaurant. Houston has a huge Indian population. You open an Indian restaurant, you have a competitive edge that you have your own recipes. You can take your Indian chefs with you to open that restaurant in Houston. And that's it. It's game on.
Yeah.
But you have to be successful here.
Yeah.
As a consultant, it's not only the money that we are after.
Yeah.
We want thank yous.
Yeah.
We want to be in that family, photo book. And these guys helped us.
I can immediately think of like so many such businesses that are doing really well in India, and I'm thinking that once this episode releases, I'm going to send them this link and say, make sure you watch this, make sure you get in touch with Phoenix. And
Today's example, I ordered one of my favorite restaurants here in Dubai, Burro Blanco. There's a small restaurant, Mexican restaurant. I ordered lunch from there. First thought in my mind was today, and I had it many times from that place, they should open one in US.
Yeah.
First thing that went through my mind. And they're so good at what they do. The world deserves this kind of.
To have that, yeah.
But the question is, they have to be really good at what they do.
Yeah.
If you're a struggling restaurant, you're already struggling. I come and pitch you the idea. Sir, would you like to go to US? Your mind is yes. Your mind is yes. That yes, of course. But whatever money you have, I've made you commit now to spend it in US. You failed here, you failed there as well. No. My job is to first tell you, fix this, A, B, C. You get it to this, and then we transit.
Yeah. What about the kind of money? What kind of money are we talking about that is required to take the business to another country?
To US as well as Australia, $300,000 would be a minimum commitment that we would require because there is no official written statement on this thing. But if you have common sense, you would need minimum that. We don't want our clients to write down, I will invest $3 million and then there is a change of circumstances.
Yeah.
If you say you will invest 300, it's enough. $3 to $500,000 is more than enough to start a business for the first year or two. After that, it's your choice.
You grow from there. Yeah.
You spend 30 million, no problem. But we will never get you to commit to a higher number. Because things do go wrong. We are on business. It's always on the edge.
Yeah.
By the time you get the visa, something goes wrong. No. We don't want to be, again, a person that, these guys told me. Kept it at the minimum viable amount. Help you with everything, whatever is required to do. And after that, you can decide.
So you work with so many businesses, right? They want to, they are in their country and they want to expand to other countries and they come to you. So many clients. Are there some common things that you always advise? What's that one advice that you give always to all your clients?
Keep your mind open. Don't say no to new opportunities. But when you go to a new country, you have a mind that, okay, I have a restaurant, I'm going to do the same restaurant. Maybe the reaction might not be as strong. Keep it open. A lot of people, for example, I go back to that same Mexican restaurant, it's in my mind. The burrito wrap is wrapped in a tortilla, right? But maybe that country wants it just without the wrap. Maybe they want it as a bowl. Same thing. Keep your mind open to newer opportunities, to changes that a new country might require you to do to become successful. That's it. Rest basics, stay the same.
Yeah, I mean, if think of it, McDonald's has Aloo Tikki in India. Aloo Tikki is there in India. Yes. So everybody has to adapt to the new country. So keep your mind open for that. Yeah.
India, you can't find beef burger in India. Can you imagine having McDonald's even trying to enter that country? Not possible because it's religious. Same thing is in the UAE, but they have it everywhere else. You have to just keep that. If you keep your mind closed, you will never grow.
Yeah.
You might reach somewhere, but you will not grow.
Yeah. So keep an open mind and then be willing to adapt to new situations.
There was a picture on LinkedIn, and I will share it personally. Maybe you can post that whenever the episode comes out. There was a tortilla packet. It was an old packet of tortilla with old logos, and it said it started from here, and then there was a new packet of same tortilla company sold for $1.2 billion. They kept their mind open.
Yeah.
Changed.
Yeah.
The basic, they didn't change.
Yeah.
What's in the tortilla was the winning factor. They changed everything around it, and it got sold for
$1.2
billion.
Wow.
They kept their mind open.
Yeah, yeah. So looking back at your journey and, having learned what you have learned with all those businesses and having worked now in Phoenix with, so many clients and everything, right? What's your advice for people who are just getting started? We spoke about Gen Zs, right? Let's say here, you're in front of the camera now talking to Gen Zs. What's your advice for Gen Zs?
Be who you want to be, not what the world wants you to be. Fearless, relentless. If you have a dream, go for it, no matter what it is. Don't sell drugs. That cannot be your dream. But you have everything that, people like us dreamed of when we were young. It is in your phone. It is accessible. You can find people anywhere in the world to help you.
Yeah, yeah.
And all you have to do is ask a person for help. If you have an idea, stop any random person on the street. Being relentless comes from there. That, for example, you want to build environmental sustainable furniture. Ask any person, go walk in a furniture store, ask that, I would like your help, I would like your advice on something. And they will be willing to help. And then you have the technology to make it happen.
Yeah.
For us, for example, you and I, 20 years ago, we decided that we want to build this tool for pregnant mothers. And we had to go to China. Do you have any clue where we were going? Today, you Google. Within a minute, this tool modules are there. With AI and tech, they will design it. We will be able to tell what do they require, what are the changes in female's body when she's pregnant. Gen Z has that tech on their fingertips.
Yeah.
And they can build it. They just have to be, focused, relentless in their, passion and obsession, and just go for it.
Very, very sound advice. I think this is very, very important, and I love the way you put it. So, Mr. Singh, one final question as we wrap up here. How was your experience being on the Beer on Bus podcast?
I am thrilled to be here. Since the first time I met you, I'm a big fan. I think our journey is very much the same. We end up helping people to, go from one step to another step. It's enhancement of somebody's dreams. In my case, I'm helping an existing businessman who had their dream that I want to be in the US or Canada or what have multi, country business. And in your case, it's what the pushing the end.
Entrepreneurs, aspiring entrepreneurs to get started. Yeah.
And it's always, the journey will end in the same place where both of us will have a lot of thank yous given to us in the form of written notes or in the form of chocolates or in the form of,
maybe our pictures in their family photos.
Family photos on our last day. Because we cannot take the money with us.
Yeah.
It's always the story step we will carry towards the end.
Yeah. Wow. It was such a wonderful conversation. Thank you so much for sharing your story with us.
It was a genuine pleasure.
Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that was MP Singh, the founder of Phoenix Business Advisory. And you've been watching and listening to Be Your Own Boss.